All right, let's talk about a big year for AI, 2026, because right now it's being called a real make-or-break moment for artificial intelligence. The hype has been massive, but that's all over now. It's time for AI to actually deliver real, measurable value, or risk becoming just another tech bubble that's about to pop.
And this isn't just speculation. It all kicks off with this really stark warning from Microsoft's CEO, Satya Nadella. And listen, he's not just talking about Wall Street or stock prices here. He's talking about AI's very license to operate in our world. That's what he means by social permission. So yeah, the stakes could not be higher. So that really brings us to the big question, right? After all these years of just insane investment and nonstop headlines, is this whole AI revolution about to hit a massive wall? Or is there a clear path forward, a way to get from all the hype to actual real-world results?
Okay, so first up, AI's make or break moment. To really get the urgency here, we have to understand what Nadella is talking about. The promise is, they have to be backed up by proof. And that moment of truth, well, it's happening right now. Nadella has a really specific idea of what an AI bubble looks like. He says the big red flag is when all the growth is just on the supply side. Big tech spending billions and billions on chips and data centers. For AI to actually last, it has to be picked up on the demand side. It has to spread out into the real world. We're talking healthcare, manufacturing, education, you name it.
And that gets us to this social permission problem. Think about it. AI data centers use a staggering amount of energy. Nadella's point is pretty blunt. Society is only going to put up with that kind of energy drain if the AI it's powering is actually making our lives better. Curing diseases, making schools better, that kind of thing. If it's all just show and no substance, we could lose that permission fast. Okay, so why isn't this happening faster? Why isn't AI everywhere already? Well, the answer lies in this huge problem that's hitting businesses everywhere. They're getting stuck in what's called pilot purgatory. And here's what that looks like in the real world. Look at these numbers. Pretty much everyone is playing around with AI, right? But a massive 74% of organizations are just stuck. They're running these little tests, these pilots, but they never actually scale them up to create real company-wide value. Only a tiny fraction, just 21%, have actually managed to break through. So why? Why are so many companies completely stuck in first gear? Well, it's a fundamental problem. Most of them are just trying to, sprinkle a little AI on top of their old, clunky processes. Nadella says that is never, ever going to work. What you really need is what he calls a complete inversion. You have to rebuild the work itself around what AI makes possible. So this is where a real solution starts to come into focus. To actually pull off that complete inversion safely, securely, well, businesses are turning to a totally different kind of AI, and it's creating a really clear path forward. And really, the choice comes down to this: public versus private AI. Look, public models are great for general stuff, but for a business, they come with huge risks. Your data could get exposed, the costs are totally unpredictable. Private AI, on the other hand, is built from the ground up for the enterprise. It's secure, it's tailored to your industry, and it gives you a predictable return on your investment. Private AI basically solves all the biggest roadblocks to adoption. First, security is everything. Your sensitive, proprietary data never, ever leaves your control. That gives you total sovereignty over your data and gets you ready for tough new rules like the EU AI Act. And, maybe most importantly, it gives you predictable costs, which you absolutely have to have if you're going to scale a project. But look, having the right tech isn't quite enough. You also need the right game plan. And it turns out that the companies that are actually winning with AI are following this proven, super fast framework to get from just an idea to real impact. And the framework is actually a pretty simple 3-step sprint: identify, build, and scale. First, you pinpoint the high-impact problems that AI can solve fast. Then, you quickly build a secure minimum viable product, and I mean quickly, like in weeks, not years. And finally, you scale it out across the company with the right rules and training in place. And this isn't just some theory. There are specialists out there like Scalovate who've built their whole business around this exact model. Instead of a year-long consulting project that just gives you a PowerPoint deck, they deliver a working, secure MVP in just 6 weeks. That's the difference between a science fair project and a solution that's ready to go. Now, the secret sauce that makes their security work is this architecture called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. It's the key that lets AI models safely tap into your internal data, your CRM, your databases, without any of that sensitive info ever leaving your control.
this is the breakthrough that unlocks AI for banks, hospitals, all those highly regulated industries.
So what happens when you put it all together? You've got private AI technology combined with a super fast way to implement it? Well, you start to see truly transformative results. And you get a peek at what Nadella calls Agentic AI. Now, this is the substance we were talking about. We're not talking about small wins here. Companies using this private AI approach are seeing a 200 to 400% return on their investment in just 18 months. This is what it looks like when AI actually starts paying for itself. And beyond just the money, the benefits to the business are huge. Organizations are getting AI adopted up to 60% faster than they used to, and the projects are way more likely to succeed. This is how you finally break out of that pilot purgatory for good.
See, this is that future Nadella was talking about. We're going way beyond simple copilots now. We're moving into the era of agentic AI. These are custom, autonomous systems that can handle really complex work, plug into your old tools, and do it all safely within the rules you set. The success of this whole model really comes down to 3 core ideas. First, you use open source models so you don't get locked into one vendor. Second, the solution has to be specific to your industry, built for your unique compliance headaches. And third, you have to focus on your people, on training them to build trust and actually get them to use the new tools. Okay, so let's bring it all back to that warning from Davos. 2026 is the year AI has to prove it's the real deal. The verdict is coming in, and it's becoming crystal clear what separates the winners from the ones who get left behind. So if you take away one thing, it's this. The AI honeymoon is officially over. The path to success isn't about more hype or building even bigger models. It's about focused, secure, private AI solutions that solve actual business problems and deliver real, tangible value you can measure.
And that really just leaves one last question for you. When it comes to AI in your own organization, are you focused on the show, the flashy demos and the endless pilot projects? Or are you ready to start building for substance, to deliver real results that actually move the needle? Because that choice is going to define the entire next era of your business.